Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up, the Rugby League World Cup confirmed start dates for 2022 and running schedule, as well as more news about one side of the World Cup that's expanded. Wigan Warriors have signed NRL Youngster and halfback, and the opening weekend fixtures for the Championship and League One have been revealed. So we'll begin today with news about the Rugby League World Cup, as the rescheduled World Cup from 2021 has officially begun today, the 15th of November 2021, as the organisers confirm the 61 match schedule will be revealed in full on Friday the 19th of November at 9 AM Greenwich Mean Time. In recent weeks, the organisers have been working collaboratively with all tournament partners to finalise the 61 match schedule, which will kick off at St James's Park, Newcastle on the 15th of October 2022, when England men take on the Samoan men. The tournament will then culminate in spectacular fashion at Old Trafford on Manchester on 19th of November 2022. So tickets open exactly a year for the final, with the men's and women's double header final being played at Old Trafford. In a unique and busy year for the international sporting events staged both domestically and overseas, only 5 of the RLWC 2021 fixtures, 4 match days, have been affected during the rescheduling of the 61 stages. The 61 matches stage at 21 iconic venues across 14 host towns and cities. These changes are the switching of 2 fixtures between existing venues and movement of 2 events to alternative venues. Despite the collective effort of the entire Rugby League World Cup committee, this has resulted in the disappointing loss of both Anfield Stadium and the MS Bank Arena Liverpool from the scheduled due to the Anfield Road expansion and prior commitments representatively. Anfield, seen here at the start of the redevelopment of the Anfield Road stand, was part of 2 Rugby League games at the Rugby League World Cup, but are unable to be part of the Rugby League World Cup this time around. However, Liverpool still plays a key role during the tournament, with the city providing the training bases for both Italy and Tonga. The details of the venue switch and replacement venues will be revealed this Friday, November the 19th. All 32 teams competing in the men's, women's and the wheelchair tournaments are fully committed to the tournament in 2022. In addition, organisers can also confirm the reintroduction of Physical Disability Rugby League World Cup, hosted in Warrington, which will welcome Ireland as its 6th participants. That has been the one positive so far that I've seen, maybe the first of many, with Ireland joining the PDRL World Cup tournament. These players deserve a World Cup, deserve to be part of the World Cup experience. And with Ireland coming on board, that's expansion for a tournament that was put off due to the pandemic. As I said, it's hosted in Warrington and will probably go hand in hand with the current schedule of the Rugby League World Cup. So welcome Ireland to the international side of the PDRL. Hope you'll enjoy it like the rest of the guys will surely do. Go hit them up. In also what is unprecedented coverage in the UK, the BBC have reaffirmed that every minute of all 61 Rugby League World Cup 2021 matches will be shown live and free across their entire platform base. The revised tournament schedule for 2022 will be released on 19th of November, 1 year out from the men and women's final. And all 32 teams across 21 participating nations, women's, men's and wheelchair competitions have committed to the tournament, which will kick off on the 15th of October, St James's Park. I am going to disclose before I go into my next diatribe and comments, it is just playful fighting talk to hopefully keep them thinking, we're going to play in this, we're going to play in this. I mean, nothing about it about fans, because they're excellent over there. So, please, take everything that I say with a pinch of salt to start with. That includes these two wussies here, the two that forced the postponement of this year's World Cup for next year. They pulled out with concerns over the coronavirus epidemic. Well, from what we can tell, the NRL issues over there about coronavirus vaccination techniques are all but that. They're against it, as they couldn't risk any of the players who didn't have the jobs from playing, because they could get it, which would cause them to lose money. I just think they were wussies. They begged out because they'd have to do something which they hadn't made their mind up over yet, even though all the health and safety advisors in September, I think it was, told them safe, and people started to get the vaccine. And also other players came out and said, hey, Holland, you need a player like Pappenhausen. People talking about the Trebojevic brothers going to play for Serbia if they got called up as replacements for the World Cup. Even James Tedesco playing for Italy. I know it was all tongue-in-cheek, but they all wanted to play in their mind. Even Christian Welch, the player representative, it also said we wanted to play. Anyway, I've got on my diatribe now. I won't do that again. I know that Australia and New Zealand have also committed to playing in the rescheduled 2021 World Cup, as organisers have confirmed. So it's due to start last month for the World Cup, and was going to be a 5-week tournament. Now it's between the 15th of October and the 19th of November next year, and John Dutton had his say on the entire matters. Starting off with today was an important and exciting milestone on our journey to the 2022 tournament. For this bigger and better tournament, John Dutton added, we have dedicated our energy towards rebuilding. A huge amount of work has gone on behind the scenes, and thanks to so many people, we have the opportunity to deliver a bigger and better tournament next autumn. So now for my part, as I have a little bit of exclusive information from Bolton Wanderers and the University of Bolton Stadium, as I do know that rugby league is not wanted at the University of Bolton Stadium through the higher ups, and also by coaching staff who run the football club, who play the football matches. From what I could tell, that the only thing that will keep the Rugby League World Cup at the University of Bolton Stadium is contractual obligations. Like Anfield beforehand, it could mean that they're opt out. There were concerns by both the higher ups and the playing staff in regards to having a second sports team on the stadium and recently, earlier this year, pre-season, so between May and June, the pitch, after it was sorted out, had to have the bases to the rugby posts dug out of the pitch after it was completely laid and everything like that, and it left 4 squares, 2 in each goal mouth, which looked a bit odd compared to the rest of the pitch. This meant that the coaching staff and the higher ups were unhappy about this situation. Even though they're in there now, it could get torn up in pre-season next year. But at this point, like I said, issues with the pitch are being cited of why they're not having rugby league there. But this means that it will put a kibosh on any attempt by Salford Red Devils for sharing the stadium. And also, only contractual obligations may keep the Rugby League World Cup 2 games, one including against France, who are using the venue as their base, as a way of keeping Rugby League playing at the stadium. So to tag on the back of that, one stadium that may benefit is the Wigan Warriors EW Stadium as a state for replacing Anfield, and it's expected that that would go to do so for the Rugby League World Cup quarter final, due at Anfield not being available, and the tournaments have had 5 matches impacted by the postponement. So the 5 games that were involved were going to be a women's match between England and Canada, and a men's quarter final on Saturday, November the 13th, plus the wheelchair final on November the 26th at the M&S Bank Arena, as well as up to other games during the knockout stages. Wigan's DW Stadium has been earmarked to take over from the Anfield stadiums, and it was expected that they're going to be confirmed as doing so on the 19th of November, this Friday. So it's a little bit of a setback to not having a stadium that size host one of the quarterfinals and possibly a semi-final with the likes of start this again, it's crap. So since it was announced that Jackson Hastings has decided to leave Wigan Warriors to join the NRL's West Tigers for the 2022 season, they have been on the search for a new halfback, and it seems like that they have found their man, as it has been announced over in the last few days that Wigan Warriors have agreed a deal to sign Cade Cust on a 2-year deal with an option for a 3rd year. Cust, who's 23-year-old, will join Wigan from Manly Warringah Seagulls, for whom he had played 27 games in the NRL and also chipped in with 9 tries. Born in Scone, New South Wales, Cust started playing his rugby league for a junior side called Scone Thoroughbreds. After then, he was scouted by Manly. He and his family travelled to Sydney each week to allow Cust to train and play with the Manly's junior teams. Cust impressed and went on to progress through the ranks at the Sea Eagles before he played in the major role in helping the side win the final Holden Cup Premiership in 2017 before playing in the Canterbury Cup New South Wales for Manly's feeder club, the Blacktown Workers Sea Eagles. In round 10 of the 2019 campaign, Cust made his NRL debut against Cronulla Sharks and scored his first try for the Sea Eagles 2 games later against Penrith Panthers. Learning from and playing with experienced halves like Daly Cherry Evans and Kieran Foran, Cust has developed his game in these 3 years playing in the NRL with Manly. His ability to be aggressive in his attacking approach and solid kicking game, and versatility to play in the halves and at hooker, will provide Wigan with an abundance of creativity, pace and skill in 2022. Due to his Aboriginal descent, Cust recently represented the Indigenous All-Stars this year and will arrive in Wigan as soon as possible to start pre-season training with his new teammates. On this, Cuss had to say about his move to Wigan, "I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity and I'm really looking forward to what the next few years will bring. I can't wait to get to work and play at such a prestigious club like Wigan. Wigan have been looking for a halfback, as I said, since Jackson Hastings left the club, and has turned to people that they trust in Australia, including Trent Barrett and Blake Green, who gave positive appraisals of Cade. And now the aim that they get him to link up with his new teammates before Christmas comes along. And Manly have taken this step to releasing Cade from his contract, and Wigan say that they promise that they will look after one of their own, and also like one of their own. His new coach, Matt Peach, went on to say, "We knew we had worked our hardest to make this signing happen. He fits the criteria that we had decided on as players and as a person. We feel that our fans will enjoy watching him and his teammates will love playing with him. We also feel that our development system will develop him on and off the field." And there was also some good words from his outgoing coach, Des Hasler, as he said, "Kane is a wonderful young man who's developed into a fine NRL player at the Sea Eagles after coming through our successful under-20 side. He has worked hard on his game in recent seasons and his ability to cover positions in the halves and hooker is very valuable. As part of the release agreement, the NRL held the option to recontract Cade should he decide to return to the NRL. We wish Cade well in the next exciting chapter of his rugby league career." So a recontracting clause from Manly Sea Eagles. You actually saw that with Wigan. It was part and parcel of the deals with George Williams, even though he decided not to take that up, John Bateman, and others that returned to Wigan beforehand. And I'm sure Jackson Hastings and also, Oliver Gildart will also have those such contracts involved. But Youngster is here to be involved with the Wigan Warriors for the 2022 season, and possibly for 3 years in total. So on the case of the Anfield game, games being taken out of the equation and the M&S Bank Arena not being involved in the wheelchair side, there was going to be a question of where these games are going to be held. And straight away, they have earmarked Wigan Warriors DW Stadium as the place that is going to host these a couple of games instead of Anfield. For instance, on the women's game at Anfield, they were going to host England versus Canada. So that will be moved to DW Stadium instead. While a quarter-final will be also added to the schedule, held at the DW Stadium. Other than that, we've not heard any information in regards to the wheelchair games where they're going to be held, but with the recent success of the double-headed series at Gillingham's Stadium, that's Gillingham's Indoor Arena, that should be one of the places that should be earmarked. It's a great little tidy venue, and it's closer towards where the base is. Well, it's a great middle ground, shall we say, for games because of the way that France and England went at each other over the last weekend. If you're in England, please don't hesitate to press the BBC Red button to watch the two games. They were fantastic. And if you're not, please have a look on YouTube for the highlights. Some of the or even look on your social media, because some of the highlights that I saw, the tackle by England, just brutal. Some play between the French, the interchange play between the French team and also the England team in different phases. It was brilliant. I couldn't take my eyes off it. So hard hitting, so fast. Can't believe it. Rugby League, everyone's included. Can't wait for the full cup to kick off. And finally today, we can help announce the next year's Championship and League One fixtures were revealed earlier this week. Next year, the Championship should be at its absolute best, with a number of sides recruiting wisely ahead of the new season, as well as an exciting new deal, TV deal that is, with Premier Sports and their first live games to be shown on a Monday night by Premier Sports will battle between two of the early season favourites for promotion, as York City Knights host Brian McDermott's Featherstone Rovers in what should be a huge encounter. Another of the favourites for promotion, Leigh Centurions, kick off their season on the 29th of January when they host Whitehaven. This fixture and the battle between York and Leigh sandwiches the 5 games on Sunday. At 3 PM, Championship New Boys Barrow host Sheffield. Batley take on another promotion favourite in the shape of Halifax in a Yorkshire derby, and Dewsbury begin their season against Bradford in another Yorkshire tie, whilst 2 former Super League sides meet when a new look London side host Widnes Vikings. Meanwhile, at 2 PM on the Sunday the 30th, another of the Championship new teams, Workington, will host the Newcastle Thunder, who have signed a number of exciting players, including former Super League Grand Finalist Alex Foster. Meanwhile, League One kicks off at the end of March when London Scholars host the Hunslet Hawks on the 26th of March. Then on the 27th, recently relegated Oldham host Keighley, whilst the other two sides that slipped out, well, the other side who slipped out of the Championship last season, Swinton, host West Wales. The other Welsh side, North Wales Crusaders, journey over to Rochdale in round 1, whilst Doncaster take on Midland Hurricanes. Midlands is a new name in the competition ahead of their rebrand bidding farewell to the title Coventry Bears for their men's League One side, and the other new team, Cornwall RLFC, will enjoy a bye week in the first week. That was all confirmed, and the RFL confirmed the rest of the season fixtures. The opening 12 games to feature on Premier Sport, reminding fans of a 40% discount off for season ticket holders in the Championship, which can enjoy when they're purchasing a subscription for Premier Sport to watch their favourite teams battle on Monday nights. As the new boys don't kick off until the 2nd of April, Cornwall RFC will first game in League One will be playing North Wales in an away game that's played at 5:30 PM, which is followed up by a home game, their first home game against the Midland Hurricanes. Then away games to to Doncaster and Oldham conclude April's fixtures for the new boys. So here are the first 12 games that are shown on Premier Sports for the 2022 season. As we know, York and Featherstone will be the first Monday game, but Featherstone are at it again against Leigh. And then Leigh play a home game against Bradford, with Dewsbury and Widnes following on February the 21st. So Monday the 14th of February, Leigh versus Bradford, Valentine's Day. You and your missus, let's go to Leigh. We're playing at home. Monday Night Rugby League is going to be interesting, and there are some good fixtures out there from the Championship. That will be where they'll probably be featuring to begin with this new TV deal, and as more and more teams, more and more subscriptions from clubs gets bought by each of the fans with the season tickets, this will mean that they'll probably focus on where they're best. best audience retention is going to be. Please remember to go onto your club's local website, your social media, and also listening out in the news and the press, and also your newspapers to find out for the fixtures for each of the teams. Readily available on the RFL.com page, rugby-league.co.uk page, to find out who in the Championship are playing who, and who in the League One are playing against each other. Just waiting for the Super League fixtures at this point, but we know where Rugby League is going for 2022, the lower echelons of the RFL table. And that's it for another video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to continue to like, subscribe, and also click that notification bell for any new videos coming your way. Also, please remember to place any comments and feedback to do with the stories today, or even the formats that we've put out. Is there anything good that you're seeing? Anything that you would like to see different? We're going to look into alternate content processes in the future. I'm not sure if we'll do them live, but we're looking into all different ways of bringing rugby league content to you as a part and parcel of growing our wonderful game. I know I keep saying it, please don't hesitate to share these videos. More and more people that come along and say, we are going to grow the game, whether it's using my voice or anyone else's voice. There are some people doing great things out there. They're chasing ruse. If you subscribe to their channel, every subscription point of 100 with them, donations go out to other rugby franchises. For instance, if they get up to 700, it goes as a pack of balls going to be sent to Cleveland with the Cleveland RL and Monte Gaddis and everyone like that. So if you love rugby league, go and watch everyone's information. Get all the information from each of us and grow our game. We support each other, you should support us, and we will support rugby league, all of us. That's the main aim. Anything that I get beneficial from doing these videos will be going to growing the league. I'm not there yet. I can only put the word out for rugby league at this point, and I'm thankful for every subscriber that I keep getting, and I hope it continues. I want to help rugby league grow. There are local teams in my area that need help. There are local teams further away for everyone else need help. There are teams in other countries that need help. That's my aim, to grow what I want to do with this channel, to help grow them, to grow the game. Next stars may be coming out of Ghana, maybe coming out of America, maybe coming out of Canada, maybe coming out of Serbia, maybe coming out of Poland, maybe coming out of Cornwall. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide, and I will say once more, thank you for watching. Stay safe, all the best, and I'll see you in the next video.